Hello everyone, this is Sensei Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Fallout London. Well, off camera, Archie and I made two trips back and forth to where we had deposited all of our ill-gotten gains. Good news is, Alibaba was able to accommodate everything that we brought in after I traded for every single Radaway, Radex, and Stim pack that he had. And I have figured out where these two Pipsy art items are. Well, we knew where they were. I figured out how you get to them because these both require some rather circuitous wandering. And figuring this out in the dark would have been all but impossible. But it also helps that, and I knew dimly that we were in the middle of fifth column territory, but I do love how there's hooligans here, beefeaters here, and a whole bunch of fifth column, a short stroll down the street, and they are apparently completely powerless to do anything.
Awake for slumber.
Yeah, typical Nazis, stand around looking tough and doing absolutely nothing to help people. And unfortunately, if we look around here, we'll see that apparently some Camelot people were here and did not do well. I took the liberty of retrieving their gear since I plan to join them and will avenge them eventually. And there's even more of them down this side street.
That badman Lawrence is so stringy with supplies. Who does he think he is?
But our pathway is even further north here, because there's in fact a freeway that stretches out that way.
What the hell was that?
And there's quite a few hooligans we're going to have to deal with here, but you might remember this space.
Crystal Palace is the only thing worth looking at here, and even that's a pile of rubbish now.
We are right by the Hackney Gate.
What was that?
Shh. You hear that?
Yeah, there's a hooligan with a rocket launcher around here.
Scared? Ah, yeah?
Not really, no.
Gotcha!
Nothing!
Yeah, this is not the pathway that we're taking. I just didn't want them chatting and giving away my position. And hey, Nuka-Cola.
Yeah!
What the hell was that? I'll keep a thing.
Yeah, and we are in fact going to hoof it, because the pathway we need to take is up this access road here, and up that ladder there. And boom, Skybridge, and sure enough, this is being patrolled by fifth columnists who are standing around looking tough and not doing anything.
I'm knackered as fuck. We're being beasted with all these drills.
But we run across, and down there is the Beefeater camp. Down there is the hooligan camp, and over here, after jumping across to here, is the Pipsy art, and a dead body that I believe may be Pipsy himself, based on, well, Probably the paint would have worn away by now. Somebody stole the paint cans, but I do believe that is him. Now the next one, unfortunately we can't run across to it as easily. Thankfully getting down from here is easier than getting up here. Don't even have to worry about the fall damage. But we do need to head south back into the heart of Fifth Column territory. And make our way to the Propaganda Center. Why the Propaganda Center, you ask? Well, if you look to the east, you'll note that there is a little sky bridge connecting that building and that building. And we came this way before, but we actually want to go inside the Propaganda Center and make our way to the top floor, where there will be a little pathway across the bridge and across to the other bit of skybound Pipsy artwork in this area. And yes, tempting as it is to start shooting our way through here, I'm not going to do that because, well, A, I'm not sure if it'll glitch anything at this point.
Britain awake. Awake for slumber.
But also because I get the feeling we're going to have some missions here later, and if I start shooting stuff now, it may break it. But luckily, the Nazis will do nothing about me openly picking a lock right in front of them. And Archie just got in here because of course he did. The little scamp.
That badman Lawrence is so stingy with supplies. Who does he think he is?
So now, we wait for it to finish loading. And we'll be able to hop, skip, and jump our way across the merry rooftops, seeing the views that are only seen by the birds, the stars, and the chimney sweeps. Oh, chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree. And there we are, halfway done and good riddance. So with that done, let's pick out our next location. And we got one close to the Sky Garden, Tower of London. We've got one over in the Lewisham area, which I'm thinking that's a fine one to start with. Let's check out the Fezco Extra. And it just hit me, when there a piece of artwork like this in the middle of the abandoned building full of hooligans we had to shoot our way through to the top twice so far, once for the quest, once for finding the TARDIS. Of course, there it is. That it would be there, wouldn't it? And I forgot to switch back to my gun from the camera. Oh well, there wasn't anything dangerous over by the Fesco Extra, was there? No, there was not. But even so.
What the hell was that?
Good enough on the point. Round two. That was actually kind of fun.
Oh, it's a little cat. Let's see, we got this one in the den, which I don't believe we ever figured out how to get to that one. Yeah, I'll leave that one for last. Looks like there's probably one in the Bank of England area, one right there. I think we'll go with the Government Rationing Center. I don't believe we've ever had any problems there, apart from the cops sticking the place up the first time we went there. Plasma rifles and pistols deal even more energy damage than laser weapons and can gooify defeated foes. Yep. And sure enough, there is a firefight close by, but... And the dead bodies of those cops are still here.
End of the line. You can certainly handle yourself.
You can't eat the boy.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, I suppose.
If anybody's going to loot his corpse, it's going to be me. And maybe the boy. Yes, I know that makes no sense, but I just had to go for the Simpsons reference. Okay, it's pointing us into the Monument Underground station, which is not the one I was trying to get to. Because you gotta figure that one leads to something in the Bank of England area. Oh, hey. No wonder this looked familiar. And yes, I'm aware that the submarine that we have yet to get to is oh so close. Ah, okay, it appears that there is a pathway out to it. What the heck? Because I heard there's a whole quest here, and it may be more exciting and interesting than running around trying to figure out how to get to weird bits of artwork. particularly because everything else, I think, requires us going into a smaller burrow. Oh, and for those who don't get the reference,
Seid still. Habt ihr das gehört? Hello, who is there? Wieso sprecht ihr Englisch? Idiot, remember where you are? Klar weiß ich das. Ihr denn etwa nicht? How could I forget?
there is a quest from
Someone has found us. We're saved.
one of the
Or they're doomed.
one of the earlier games where you find a Chinese submarine that has somehow managed to survive through the war. In this case, it's a German submarine, and the number is the same number as the submarine in Das Boot. Hello, I'm Matt. Who are you?
I'm Hans. That's Otto. And our tin friend sitting down over there is Helmut. We're just three Germans having a good time debating fun things like ontology and epistemology.
Ihr müsst euch nicht zurückhalten, Otto. Ihr habt Axiologie, Ästhetik, Metaphysik, Ethik, Metaethik vergessen.
My apologies. I will strive to do better.
Dann macht es so. Dieser Neue scheint ruhig zu sein. Ihr habt doch nicht etwa Angst, oder?
I think they just don't speak German, Emanuel.
Es ist äußerst wichtig, dass ich mit dieser Person spreche. Lernt diesen Menschen Deutsch zu sprechen, bitte. Es ist ein Notfall.
Excuse us a moment. Emmanuel, I am not too sure that's practicable. To learn a language is difficult for the biologically impaired.
Die Grammatik schwierig sein, aber ihr müsst diesen Menschen über Goethes wahre Freuden in einer echten deutschen Stimme aufklären.
Maybe we should get to know our guest a little before assuming they would love German poetry. Unless you want to learn German.
Why is the submarine talking and what is it saying?
Sprechen die U-Boote denn nicht? So eine Schande. Ich hatte gehofft, mehr Menschen meiner Art kennenzulernen. Vielleicht sollten wir unseren Freund über meiner wahren Natur informieren.
It's a long story.
One we cannot discuss in present company.
Don't worry, you're not missing out on anything. The main character is a pompous bully.
Otto, careful.
I'd love to learn German.
Ausgezeichnet. Otto, Hans wird hier weitermachen. Helmut, ich traue darauf, dass ihr diese Aufgabe meistern werdet.
I'm not sure Helmut is up to the task of teaching German.
Und warum nicht genau? Ich verstehe, dass er sich legalisch fühlt, weil er unsere Diskussion über Natur und Realität führt. Aber
Emmanuel, you see, the difficulty of teaching us biologically impaired is that it can take a long time for us to learn such things.
Even with a very experienced teacher. And Helmut is no teacher at all.
ich verstehe. Nun ja, in diesem Fall sollte ich wohl lernen, Englisch zu sprechen.
Speak
I'm
the
not sure our
English.
guest would be able to teach you English either, Emmanuel.
Well, I'd be willing to try. Let's think now. Grammar and structure are probably good places to
Ist
start.
das sein Ernst?
I don't think this is possible, but I have another idea. Our issue isn't faculty. Emmanuel can understand what you're saying, but there is a component preventing him from speaking English. If we can replace his speech module, he'd be able to speak to all of us. Would you be willing to help us?
Help a sentient submarine speak English? Why not?
Bitte erklären Sie ihm, dass ich eine Bombe bin und kein U-Boot.
Emmanuel would like to remind you that he's a bomb, not a submarine. What a wonderful idea this is.
That was confidential. Never mind. When you have the component, return here and I'll install it.
Okay,
Hate
acquire.
tech like this. Reminds me of too many scary things.
Look who's back. Are you going to help us?
I have questions.
Please don't ask Emmanuel anything that doesn't have a yes-no answer.
What do you want to know?
Why is the submarine in London?
I'm afraid we cannot discuss such things.
Of course.
Hans, do you think anyone cares? Our mission succeeded. Nothing matters. My friend, it's very simple. This submarine is...
Otto, our purpose cannot be communicated to the enemy under any circumstances.
This is really stupid. Maybe take a tour of the submarine if you want an answer to this question.
Alright, what's going on with your Finn friend? He seems dead.
Was meint ihr, Helmut sei tot? Macht unser Gast etwa Witze? Ich verstehe nicht.
Helmut? No. Ignore our guest's clearly peculiar sense of humor. Typically dry English wit. Helmut's not dead. No, he's taking a prolonged period of reflection to make sure he can consider all relevant details and facts and present a considered and informed opinion.
So he's pining for the fjords.
Großzügigkeit aufkommen müssen.
Yes, we remember Emmanuel.
When he comes to his senses, he will re-engage in the discourse.
Let's see. I've opened the door. You can leave now. Oh, I'm not sure.
Emmanuel won't allow it.
Für eure eigene Sicherheit, ihr Undankbarer. Soll ich Sie daran erinnern, wozu ich imstande bin?
That won't be necessary, Emmanuel. Otto, nachdem ihr die ganze Zeit mit Spionieren verschwendet, wollt ihr sie jetzt mit Frechheit in Gefahr bringen? Denk mal nach.
I do think. It's all I have time to do, Hans.
Why is the submarine talking? What is it saying?
Sprechen die U-Boote denn nicht? So eine Schande. Ich hatte gehofft, mehr Menschen meiner Art kennenzulernen. Vielleicht sollten wir unseren Freund über meiner wahren Natur informieren.
Emmanuel would like you to use his name. Sorry, it's a long story.
Well, I got
We
time.
cannot discuss with the enemy.
Don't worry, you're not missing anything. The main character is a pompous bully.
Otto.
Let's see, the world out there is not what it was. I'll need help in order to secure what you need.
How exactly would you know?
Otto hat seit langer Zeit der Außenwelt zugehört. Hat vor einigen Jahren die Antenne so umkonfiguriert, dass wir lokalen Empfang haben.
Fine. If you insist. Who would you like to help you?
Actually, I think I'll be okay on my own.
Es freut mich, dass unser freiwilliger Vertrauen in seine Fähigkeiten wiedergefunden hat.
Fair. No, that's...
Bitte erklären.
Emmanuel,
That was...
Alright, well. We have another side quest. And a very crazy, nonsensical side quest at that, even by the standards of Fallout. But we are going to go and try and find that module. Or maybe try and find more Pipsy paintings next time. But thank you all for watching and indulging me on these many divergences away from the main story, because I wanted to get all of Archie's stuff done and get this one done and go and pick up Mad Jack before I head for Camelot. But again, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you are so inclined. And we will continue the adventure from somewhere next time. Take care until then.